Hey everyone, Kirsten here, your money mindset coach, helping you to change your mindset around money so that you can live a life of financial freedom. And for this video, it probably is going to be like a multiple series or parts video, only because I really want to get into the topic, but I also want to keep my videos kind of short for now because obviously I know that, attention spans, we don't really stay focused nowadays with everyone being overstimulated. I feel like shorter is better, even though I could probably talk forever. So this video, I'm going to attempt to be a little bit more vulnerable, and my intention for this video is to help you think about two different topics and how they relate to you. And so this video is for anyone who is constantly thinking to themselves, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money for this. I don't have enough money for that. I don't have enough money to go on that vacation that I wanted. I don't have enough money to buy a new car. I don't have enough money for whatever it is. We all have said those thoughts. We have all thought those thoughts. Unless you were born into $1 million family, most of us have thought those thoughts at some point in time. And so I was reflecting on, so if you know me personally, then you know that I love to write and I love to journal. And this is one of my old journals from last year, from 2020, 2021? No, 2020 was now. Maybe 2019 too, I can't remember. But anyways, one of the last pages that I wrote was about that feeling of not feeling enough. Feeling like, I think everyone at any point in time has felt at one point in time that they weren't enough, that they weren't smart enough, that they weren't pretty enough, that they weren't rich enough, that they weren't fast enough, that they weren't, whatever. Everyone, I think, at some point in time has thought that who they were was not good enough for someone or something. So first I want to say that all of those feelings, when it relates to money and relates to who you are personally, all of those thoughts are okay. Not okay in a sense of like you should just keep having those thoughts and not do anything about it, but it doesn't make you a bad person. There's nothing wrong with you if you think those things. We just live in that society that constantly tells us that we're not enough. And also, we live in a society that constantly tells us that you don't have enough money because the prices for things are constantly fluctuating. So we just grow up with this lens of like not being enough. So I want to talk about how that feeling of not being enough relates to also not having enough money, or feeling like you don't have enough money. Now, I do want to say that sometimes that's just the truth. We just don't have enough. It's like someone was like, you need $1 million right now. I probably wouldn't have enough, technically. So those two feelings of not feeling like you're good enough, or not feeling like you're enough and not having enough money do relate. And it's important to be aware of those things because I think we get oftentimes our mind just gets stuck on the problem. When we figure out, like say we want to, buy a plane ticket somewhere and we realize that the plane ticket is a little bit more expensive than we thought. And our mind just gets stuck on, I don't have enough, and then it completely shuts down. Same with our emotions and who we are. When we think that we're not pretty enough, when we think that we're not smart enough, our mind just arrives at that thought and then just either retracts, retreats, or shuts down. It never goes past that. So, to help you get through that and to help you kind of, break the surface or scratch the surface on those emotions, I want you to think of a time when you didn't feel like you were enough, and a time when you didn't have enough money for something that you wanted to do. So some thoughts might be coming to your mind, and I'm going to share my experiences too. But when you think of those moments, just kind of notice what's going on in your body. Notice any sensations that are coming up. Notice I don't know, any extra thoughts, and try to look at and try to just go back to that moment and figure out what happened. Because sometimes when we kind of look back on things, we get a new perspective. So that's step one. Second step is to ask yourself, well, why did I feel like I was not enough? When it comes to, our personality, sometimes we don't feel like we're enough because of rejection, because of criticism, because of other people's perspectives. For me, I know one time, one of the reasons why I felt like I was not enough was one of my old jobs, where I kind of work for myself now. When I was working in a preschool, I was, not by everyone that I worked with, but by some of the people that I worked with, I was constantly getting criticized. I was constantly being told, you need to do this better, you should change this isn't good enough, we have to do this, you have to do it like this. And so, consciously and subconsciously, I was internalizing those reactions and those criticisms as I'm not good enough. Why is this person always having to critique me, always having to fix the things that I do? It's because I'm not good enough. And with money, same thing is, when you don't have enough money, kind of thinking about, what contributes to that? Is it because, sometimes it's external factors, like, maybe you didn't earn as much as you needed to earn. Maybe you're at a certain earning salary and it isn't enough to get you to where you want to go. But maybe some other things contributed to that too. Maybe it was how you managed your money. Maybe it was how, if you think about really, like, why did I not have enough money? Is it because I didn't manage my money correctly? Is it because I had other bills to pay, and that took priority? Is it because I spent all my money at the bar the night before? Really go back to those moments in time and ask yourself, why did I feel that way? Why did I not have enough money? And why did I feel like I was not good enough or strong enough or pretty enough? And see if maybe you can have a different perspective on those things. Maybe yes, maybe no. The point is to kind of just reflect and go back, because all of those moments, those memories, especially the bad ones, often get stored in our mind and in our bodies. And that's why we can't move forward, and this is why we get stuck in the same cycle. This is why we keep telling ourselves that we're not good enough over and over again. This is why we never seem to have enough money, because we keep telling ourselves the same story over and over and over again. And if you want things, and this is something that I kind of just learned through my own coaching experiences and through the training that I received, is like, if you want things to change on the outside, if you want things to change in your life, you need to change what is happening on the inside. Because everything that is happening outside is a reflection of what is happening inside. Not saying that, you change one thing and you have some personal growth and everything will be magical. No, people are still going to be assholes. Life is still going to be hard. You're still going to hear no. You're still going to hear rejections. You're still going to hear criticism. You're still going to have bills to pay. But what will change is how you deal with those problems. And then instead of just constantly hitting the wall when you have a problem and not being able to overcome problems, when you change what's happening on the inside, you're going to eventually start to realize that you can overcome those problems, that you can get what you want, because you've done the work on your mind and on your heart and on your soul. So try those things out, send me a message, leave a comment, and let me know how that has helped you. If you want to be brave and share a memory where you felt like you weren't enough, or you felt like you didn't have enough money, share it in the comments, or you can personally send a message to me. I do believe in the power of just sharing, and just by the simple act of expressing moments, thoughts, and feelings can really make transformational shifts in your mind. And yeah, let me know how it goes.